Hi guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda, and it's Monday, and what a day of football it's been. What a weekend of football as well, and sports all round. And we are joined today by the wonderful Mr. B, who's looking healthy, happy and healthy.
I was going to say the wonderful Dora. Sorry, man.
I'm coming to her, Mr. B. I mean, wow. And we got our Croatian darling, Dora, in the house as well, to talk about this game of football tonight, which was a lot of misery, a lot of pain, a lot of despair, but the passion of the Croatian fans will be something to remember, that's for sure. Mr. B, how was your weekend, man? What have you been up to? Obviously, you got no football and you're not managing over the summer, so what have you been up to in this beautiful heat wave we're having?
Watching football. I'll be honest, I didn't think I was going to watch so much games, but I just been watching football. I've just been watching the football. Don't remember much of it. I'm going to be honest, it's football and rum punch. Probably it's not the best mix on the Sunday, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, it's just been all about the football on Monday. How was your weekend?
Yeah, my weekend was good. Yeah, I had I think as I showed you, I went bald for the weekend. I was asked to do a shoot with where they had like masks, bald caps to make. This is in the film industry. They have bald caps to make yourself look bald, and I did look bald. You only have to check it out. It's crazy what they can do with technology and makeup this day and age. But enough about me. I just want to say big up. Yeah, there's boxing on at the weekend. There's football. There's F1. Tennis is coming up as well. You know, what a wonderful summer of sports it's been, and it's still going on. England is still in the hunt, but Croatia have been dumped out today. We are joined by the beautiful Dora. Dora, how are you feeling? I know it's so close, so emotional for you right now, but yeah, just tell us how your weekend was and your thoughts immediately after this dramatic game.
Yeah, look, I think it's a gutter. I think it's sickening to always, concede in the last minute. But I think we lost this. I mean, theoretically, if other results from other groups kind of get to our way, we have still a chance to get out of the groups with one in third place, right? There is still a theory, but it needs to be insane, right? I just feel like I think we should have won against Albania. I think they choked it out, as always. The defense. I felt that this game we were much better, our best game of the tournament, much better on the ball, much better, how do you say it, more concrete attacks and all that. But I felt that I think Dalic once again with that starting 11 was poor in my opinion. We started with Andre Kramaric in front, who is not a number 9. He is a second striker or like a, number 10. We should have started with Ante Budimin from the minute 1 or a proper striker and go with wingers, proper wingers, natural wingers, not that inverted bullshit. I think we are trying so hard to, how do you say it, adapt to Modric and, adapt to trying Guardiola at the left back position, because he's been good at it at City, but he cannot be that good at Croatia because it's not the same system. He doesn't have same players next to him. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. We should have won against Albania. But for the neutrals, I would say it was great. I mean, it was great for neutrals. It was really exciting. But yeah, I think Italy were awful. I think they are going to get better next round, in all honesty. And if Dalic, put in a proper starting line from the beginning, we should have scored at least one more. And we could have scored at least one more, in my opinion. And simply, it's just, I hate blaming refs. I'm not blaming refs. I will call him out. I think he had a different approach, towards each team. Italians were constantly pushing Croatian players in the back. He didn't call anyone anything, but the moment Croatian player is touching the Italian guy, he's falling down. I think we had around 20 fouls, 7 yellow cards. Like from what? I was shocked. Like poor refereeing game, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, we should have closed it out. And from the minute one, you saw that Italy tried to get that draw. They didn't want to win today. But it is what it is. It's an end of an era. It's an end of an era.
You think that,
yeah? Look, Modric is 30. No freaking way he's going to play that next World Cup in USA. Probably Brozovic. I hope Brozovic, even though he had a good game today, I hope he goes as well. I think we need to build some. Like, it's cool. I said it before. We are trying to rebuild, but you cannot rebuild if you have 35 or 32, 3, 4, 5, and above that. Out of 6 players, you have 4 of them in the starting 11. That's not rebuild. You need to give a chance to the youngsters. And I think this will be a stepping stone for that. And Dalic will probably, I hope he goes after this tournament. He showcased the lack of knowledge of the modern game, unfortunately. He's just too scared to change it. He's too scared. He relies too much on the old players. He relies too much. Like, you cannot rely on the same players for 10, 15 years. I mean, he's been here for 6, but you get me, right? Modric is playing since 2006. Perisic he has been here since 2012 Euros, maybe even before. Like, you need to change it up. And it is what it is.
Dora, I'm going to have to stop you right there because you talk about the ref, you talk about the manager, you talk about tactics. You got a good squad. You made like all 5 subs today. You were in it at the end of the last like 20 minutes. You were still in the game. You're still in the tournament, and you've got a good team. Mr. B, talk to me about Croatia, man, because to see them go out, if they do go out, because obviously it's still not
they're going out
finalized now. Don't you think they're a good setup? Don't you think they're a good team? They played brilliantly tonight. This is a team we want to see in the knockout rounds. Don't you think?
They are, but Dora's blaming the manager. A lot of the English are blaming the manager as well for obviously what the English are doing, not necessarily the players, but obviously the English players are younger. Just when Dora was talking about the end of an era and the manager being scared. What's wrong? The manager being scared to change it up. Do you think it's going to be down to the players to retire from international football and then he'll be forced into making those changes?
Yeah, I think it needs to happen. Look, we made amazing results as a Croatian, as a country with 3.8 million people left in the country. After all, migrations to other countries in Europe like Ireland, Germany, blah blah. We are still producing really good players, European players that are playing in biggest European clubs. I think there is, but Dalic, unfortunately, you guys don't understand. When you create results with this small of a country, and we have limited resources. If you compare it, for example, to England, who have the biggest league in the world, insane amounts of money, we are more limited. And some of these people are relying too much on the old players. I think Dalic is a very mild guy. He isn't very outspoken, and sometimes that works. It worked in 2018, and the mental strength of Croatia in 2022 worked extremely well. But him as a tactician, as someone who is going to, like you said it on Monday, 5 subs, but in my opinion, not good enough. You had other options on the bench. Why are we not trying with wingers? We haven't played a natural winger all tournament. We are trying to appease, all, like Modric scored today. Great. He will, if Italy doesn't score in the last minute, he is a hero today, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is that they have been playing poorly. Everyone besides Kovacic out of that 3.
But Dora, this is a tournament football. It takes time to get going, and it's just as you're getting your wheels turning, and just
it's too late.
Good. This is why I say it's difficult for me to see Croatia not in the next round because you're starting to build up, you're starting to get momentum, and against Italy today, the crowd were there. It's going to be, we'll be gutted to see Croatian fans no longer in the tournament, and this Croatian side with that momentum, we'll be gutted not to see them in. So I can see a lot of positives there for your manager, Mr. B. I mean, look, Italy.
But they're out on Monday.
Yeah, they're out.
I know you're such a positive guy.
Yeah, but you saw some improvement from Croatia, surely.
It's too little, too late. Too little, too late. I'm sorry. Like I appreciate you on Monday right now because you're making great points, in positivity, and you said it great, right? This is the best game they played this tournament, but we need to be like, there is a whole background. Like, as I said, manager needs to go because he's relying too much on his old guys that, helped him 10 years ago, but it's not sustainable enough. He is not brave enough to put in a young player. He put in Sucic on that left side today, the kid that almost scored in the first 10 minutes from the outside of the box, who is playing for Red Bull Salzburg, great talent of Croatian national team. He did it after the pressures of the football analysts, all Croatian fans, Croatian people, like everyone talks about football here. Like we are all, smart asses, we are all generals after the battle, right? We all know about football, but even the casual can see that that the spine of the team is not playing well, and that, the young guys, when they come into the game, they are refreshing it. And he didn't do it. That's why I'm onto him. And, when you're comparing to England, I think England has much more choice, not, oh my god, that sentence didn't make any sense. I think they are more flexible in that because they have more talent and they have more resources to do it.
Of course, we got 70 million people here compared to your 3.5. So granted, you're punching pound for pound, but regardless of that, with the players you got a lot of talent. You have to say
it's not the same, Amonde.
It's very unfortunate the way you went out, a last-minute goal. That's got to be like a poison arrow to the heart. Mr. B, we're going to go for some comments now. This is a young man called Solo. He's saying big up to everyone and giving us love and hearts. No doubt about it. Big up to Matthew Bassett as well. What a game of football that was tonight. Cruiser Masons, I'm going to get the word right. It's Bath Time said something about that. He said, poor Croatia. Watch Modric missed penalty. Surely the keeper moves first, said Stephanie Griffiths. She's getting behind you. How do you pronounce it? Commiserations.
Commiserations.
It's late. All right. Matthew saying he thought Rebic was part of the Croatian squad, not tonight.
Him and Dalic. We're
going to talk about Italy as well, because the goal, the equalising goal. When it's the Premier, can you tell me what he thinks of Calafior or whatever the handsome centre back is? He's the one who's done the Beckenbauer. Mr. B, talk to me about the Beckenbauer run 1-2. This is how you break down defenses, isn't it? Who was sitting back. Obviously, Croatia late in the game want to hold on. They got men behind the ball, but when you got a marauding centre back like that playing 1-2s, open up space. What a great player he looks like, eh?
Sometimes there's nothing you could do. Sometimes there's nothing you could do in the game. Maybe their brains were willing, but their bodies weren't. It was from that stage in the game to make a run like that, and they found him with the pass. The most important thing is, if I always say to my players, if a player from the back makes a run like that, find him with the pass, because he's done a lot of work. So fair play in the finish.
Yeah, can we talk about that finish, man? Because this is a great example here. Very Del Piero like 2006.
Yeah,
finish. Del Piero anytime. What a great finish that was. Beautiful goal all round, and to finish off your dinner like that, that's just amazing. And it's not just that; it's about the moment. Italy needed that. They pushed forward. It was a great run, and they showed that steel and character. When it was all against them, to break teams down, and that's what you need. Being proactive, and the centre back there definitely. I know now he's going to be on everyone's lips to say, "Oh, we need to sign that guy."
He's been poor.
Yeah. Go on.
Uh,
What do you know about him? Because I don't know much about this guy, but clearly that's a
Calafiori.
Yeah.
The Italian guy. I think he's great. I agree with bedtime. I would love for him to come to Manchester United. Bologna.
Oh, he's one of the Bologna boys. Okay.
Yes. They've been great last season.
They're not Ajax.
Yeah. But I think that was, my 20 cents on that. Like, or 2 cents, whatever you say, however you say it. I think that was an amazing finish. How I was like, I didn't even know who scored. I just saw it in the goal. Great finish. Awful mistake by the Croatian defense, playing like kamikazes in the 98th minute, stepping out of the line and, creating extra players for Italy. But I think overall Italy played poor game, in my opinion. I think they, have a mental strength to get to it, but they played a poor game, in my
Mr.
opinion.
B, Italy, you know what? They're renowned for the defending, and they got a good goalkeeper. I mean, in the first half, there was a shot from the left-footed Croatian guy. Who was it, Dora? And it was going in. Yeah, and the keeper made a good save. He saved a penalty as well. Now, I wasn't sure about this guy, this keeper, Donnarumma. He's obviously playing for PSG now, but with his feet, I'm a bit, maybe he's not the guy, but he's made some big-time saves for his country. And Italy are renowned for their defending, for sure. How good is Donnarumma as a goalkeeper? Because he's stepping up now.
He is. There's always been an issue with his feet on Monday. But if you're going to make saves like that, then sometimes you have to bypass that. I mean, some teams wouldn't pick him. Some teams wouldn't play him because he's just a goalkeeper. But, I mean, he's been playing for bloody years. He's been playing for years. I'm not going to say he hasn't improved, but I still don't think I'm still not sure he's one of the top goalies, to be fair. I know maybe that's a bit harsh. Maybe I don't watch him enough, but I still don't think he's one of the top goal. Great penalty save, though.
Can you just tell me out here with this one? What's Andrew Williams talking about? Shamaka's reaction to the equaliser, too funny. What did he do?
Didn't see it.
I don't know.
I think he was mocking. Did anyone see Ronaldo the other day when Portugal scored? Did anyone see like mocking the opposition players?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing to do with mocking. They've probably been giving it to him. Right. The whole of the game. The last part of the game where he should be getting through. Good. He's showing a little bit of, he's not pure. Good. Stick it to him. I'm glad.
No doubt about it. Revenge. All right. So George Carl's saying here, Dora, I don't know how it's looking. I saw there's a group league table where they show the teams that are currently out, and Croatia just under that line there. So George is saying Croatia now needs England to pump Slovakia to have any chance of going through. Is this a goal difference issue then?
I think so. We have only 2 points. But I think it's insane, right? If, for example, the Belgian group, Slovakia group, Romania, Ukraine, they all have 3 points. They all have 3 points, and we have 2. So, I'm not, very, I think it's done. But if it happened, like, go England, woohoo! Go
Are you going to support England from now on? Because Mr. B said he's not supporting England from the start of the tournament.
I'm not.
Maybe he's changed mind. Are you supporting England?
I'm supporting Germany. I think they are playing the best football, even though they dropped the ball against Switzerland. But I think we can discuss it. Screw this game, right? We can discuss that. Who do you think, or maybe we can? I haven't watched Spain and Albania. I know they won 1-0. Spain, they are on top of the group. I think it's deserved. They were, the best in the group by far. But I just want to ask, how do you feel about the heavy favorites? For example, France haven't scored their own goal in 2 games.
The thing with France are just France. They don't care. France, they just want to win. They don't care how they win. They're not interested in style. Well, obviously they've got their style of play. But Deschamps, I mean, he's gone for experience. We were all talking about the players that they're going to play for Farner and Chouameni, and he's gone in with Rabiot and Kante and said, F you guys. So France, Spain played a second team today. They made 10 changes and won today. So you got to think about them. I would love Portugal to win. I don't know why. Since it wasn't my team before the tournament started, but I think as the tournament's gone on, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's Bruno. It's definitely not Ronaldo. Why I want Portugal to win. I would say I think I'm sort of leaning more. I don't know why. I'm leaning more towards Portugal winning it now.
Wow.
So you're supporting Portugal, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously,
Montreal
Andrew Williams
MEFC,
isn't.
he's saying here that France looked toothless without Mbappe. We did see Mbappe.
Is he going to be fit to play?
He's got a broken nose, isn't he? So he has to wear one of these sort of masks or something to sort of play. But I mean, I think they just rested him just in case, you know. Portugal, I despise them, says Andrew Williams. We've got Barton saying, did he say something this week about Paul Pogba? Okay, we don't know about that. I'm reading out comments about sort of scanning them first.
It was just I saw that clip you were talking about bath time. It was just, I think he was just saying like Paul Pogba's finished. The football in Paul Pogba's finished. I think it's more what he went. Yeah.
Referring back to being finished, can we just say here, former player, Ballon d'Or winner, that's Modric. He's out now of the tournament. Do you expect a guy like Modric to finish a penalty? Does this sort of go down as a bad moment for him? You know, he's supposed to be this world-class player, and he is world-class. He's the best Croatian player that I've seen, maybe, apart from Dragan Stojkovic.
He's Serbian.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
It's okay. I will take him.
I'm going to say best Yugoslav player I've seen, apart from Dragan. Let's just talk a bit about Modric. Mm-hmm. What great player overall. I have to give it to him. He came to Spurs from Zagreb, and everyone was saying, he's too small, fling him on the wing, he can't do anything. But he's talked about such high regard from his time in the Premiership playing for Spurs. People like Steven Gerrard were saying, I couldn't get near this guy. Lampard was saying the same thing. What a great little player. Then goes out to Real Madrid, wasn't really rated, undermined by the fans, and turns out to be playing in one of their best eras since the 50s as regarding winning trophies. And he was the main guy in midfield. How good is Modric, guys, as a player? Davasuka, that's from George Kyle saying best Croatian player. I don't know about that. Definitely got to be Modric. How do you feel about Modric now? Is that a bad way to go out? Will that give him fire to come back? Has he got the legs? I mean, guys, what do you feel about this? Modric as a player, where does he stand in all-time greatness?
I mean, people say Xavi and Iniesta are probably the best midfielders they ever saw. You know, they are putting them, in tier with Johan Cruyff and, all those amazing midfielders. I think he's in that. Some people say he's the greatest of all time. For me, he is, because I absolutely despise Barcelona. And I think that Xavi and Iniesta without each other are not as good. But I will be a bit, how do you say it, politically correct, and say he is one of the best that we saw. You're right, Omonte. Like, I don't think this tarnishes his legacy. I think him getting that 2018 Ballon d'Or, people are going to say that Messi or Ronaldo were robbed. I think he deserved it, not just because I'm Croatian, because I think that whole Ronaldo against Messi fatigue kind of happened. They started to decline, unfortunately for them, and they gave it to someone else. And I think because they didn't want to give it to someone like Wesley Sneijder in 2010, who was robbed before. And, they wanted to give to some, and you know what, Modric got it. And, that was a great campaign internationally and on the club level as well. He is the best Croatian player ever. I would say for me, Zvonimir Boban is second. Šuker is probably, and Prosinečki after that. I don't think this tarnishes his legacy. I just can't believe that he just tried to even, shoot that penalty, because he's not good at penalties. I don't know what were they smoking.
He's missed some before, hasn't he?
He missed a lot of Monte. Like, even during that 2018 campaign, he missed one. I think Rakitic was always the one who was, dragging us out during those penalties. He was one of the best. Like, just give it to Andre Kramaric, who, every single season in Bundesliga scores at least 10 penalties. He's amazing at it. And but this doesn't tarnish.
You're going to blame the manager for this one, for making penalties.
Absolutely. Look, they're getting picked, Omonte, right? They're getting picked, and they're playing on the pitch. And he is the one who needs to go out and say, I made a mistake. I don't care. Look, you are a great player and all that, but I need my team to win and to go to the next round. You are going to have a chance to start again for this team. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it once again. And thank you. I would thank him. and I would say goodbye. We have, a plethora of good Croatian managers who are at least somehow, how do you say it, tactically outspoken, and they're quite good. I would go for them. Like, it is what it is. In my opinion, he should have left after 2022 World Cup. Go on a high.
You're talking about a manager now, because I'm trying to give a tribute to Modric, and you've gone back to the manager.
You asked me. But yeah, Modric. Like, look, this is his last big tournament.
Yeah.
It's
the manager's fault. She's blaming the manager.
Yeah. Mr. B saying, George Carter's saying here, one more tournament in.
No.
And Mr. B, that's a no, isn't it? Yeah, I can't agree with that. Are Croatia in the Olympics, Dora?
Of course they are.
Okay, so we might see Modric again in Paris.
Not football.
Oh, right, okay. Barfred saying Boban, obviously he was a great Croatian player. Chat Sports saying Spain plays the best transition football in the tournament. Tight in the centre, win the ball, out to their wingers, classic. They've got some good wingers, haven't they? Davos Suka saying George Kyle. Modric number 1, Suka number 2, says Andrew Williams. Modric is the greatest Balkan player of his generation, says Bart, serious fan. Top 10 ever is Modric. Mr. B, come on, man. Surely not. We got Bart saying here, Harry Redknapp was a genius to move him inside from the wing. I think he's a top 5 centre midfielders of his generation. I can go with that. We got Modric is in my all-time 11, says George Kyle. Are we just saying it through sentiment?
I'm saying there's one big loving for this little midget out here, I'm not.
Steve, what do you stand with Modric then? Because look, Modric is not top 10, the 20 player of all time, top 50 maybe. Some people saying all-time 11. Where do you stand? Give a little tribute for Modric. What do you think of him as
he would be one of Tottenham's best ever midfielders.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at world football, if you're looking at Prem football, I mean, there would be loads ahead of him. I'm not going to sit down here and say who is, because off the top of my head, I probably can't.
He was better than Scholes. He was.
Pardon?
He was better than Scholes, Modric.
Just cut Dora off this stream. Dora's coming on here on a Man United channel blaspheming. How dare you?
I'm a United fan. I'm repping my team over my country.
Can we have this debate then? Is he better than Scholes? Do you actually believe he's better than Paul Scholes?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. They were in similar situations, right? Scholes had maybe a bigger legacy at United because he grew up there. He had, he was an academy player. He was there for 20-something years and all that, but he also had great teams. His legacy, like, he came from the retirement to win us a league. Amazing. I love Paul Scholes. He's probably my favorite player of all time, right? With Rooney and and Modric, of course. But I think on the vision side of things, I think he's slightly better. Like Modric, look, when Modric came to Real Madrid, he was announced as the worst. I think signing that year, and Mourinho said, "You know what? Fuck that. I will, still start him," and he started, cooking there. Like even during that whole, how do you say it, Barcelona stint where, Pep Guardiola was still, winning La Ligas, and they were, getting battered by them in the El Clásicos and all that. Like, that's my opinion, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be right, but, I think from me, talent-wise, I think Modric is just slightly better. Scholes was absolutely amazing. I think it's amazing that, even the most, the best players of all time are saying that Scholes was one of the best that they saw. Yeah. And it's great, but I think Modric was slightly better.
Wow. Okay, Mr. B, this is a debate that's going to go on. Modric or Scholes? Who are you taking?
I'm taking Scholes, man. I love Dora. I love Dora to bits, man. But she's either been on the wacky backy or that drink she's drinking there is Ray and nephew. Not having it. Not having it. No, I can't.
Dora's drinking Dora.
I am.
So you're taking Scholes. Let's see. Modric is a better player than Scholes, says Bart, a serious fan as well. Andrew's got a list of players here that are top draw. We don't see Scholes or Modric in there, but those are some great players in their positions. We've got George Carl saying some very dodgy ones there from Andrew. Modric all-round game is better, says Chat Sport, just like Dora's saying there. I can't take Modric over Scholes, says Bath Time. Bath Time's going with Scholes. Who else we got? With Iniesta, Baresi, Mateus. People are throwing out names now. We got is he better than Scholes and Lampard, but not Gerrard. I'm not being biased. Okay, and All right, so there's a debate going on. I don't know
Yeah.
about that. So let's talk about the tournament. Let's get back to the tournament. Now, Croatia look like they're going to be out tomorrow night, Tuesday, the 25th of June, which is payday for me, thank God. We've got England versus Slovenia. Let's talk about that game briefly. England are currently top of the group. They could still drop off the top if they lose that game. Any chance of them losing, Mr. B?
Yeah, there's a chance. There is a chance of them losing. I don't think they will. I think they'll go through because they've got better players. I can see England going home in the next round on Monday. I'll be honest. They'll get through this group stage, and regardless of who they've got, I think Austria would dick them. I think you stuck them up against Ranić's boys with the energy that they play in. I think they would beat them right now. You've got to look at who have played this. The majority of the teams have played better than England in the tournament so far, but it's about getting out of the group stage and then obviously building from there. So once they go through, it's fine. But I can see them going out. I don't. Who can they get if they win the group?
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
Someone in the comments could help us out with that. But that's coming from a Portugal fan, Mr. B. Let's speak to an England fan. Dora. Slovenia, have you seen anything from them to threaten England tomorrow? Should England play a B team? A lot of speculation in English press about dropping Kane, bringing off Trent, should England play the strongest team? Because there's a risk. They've got like 4 points. And if Slovenia beat them, they would go above them. And if Denmark beat Serbia, then they could end up third in the group, maybe. So, what do you expect from England tomorrow against Slovenia?
I think England needs to drop some of the players. You're going to play against 4-4-2. Their manager is Matjaž Kek. I know him very well because he brought NK Rijeka. He, I think, broke down the Dinamo Zagreb domination in Croatian league a few years ago and brought a championship to Rijeka, which was a great, achievement. They're going to play 4-4-2. They're going to sit behind the ball all the time, trying to dish out balls to Benjamin Šeško. Even, they have some jokers of the bench, Josip Ilicic, some of the guys, if you watch Serie A, he was in Atalanta, Fiorentina legend. He's still really good. It's going to be tough for England because I saw them play against, who do you guys play? Serbia, Denmark. And after that,
Denmark.
Against Denmark, you guys were awful. I don't know what was happening. I think the player profile doesn't. I think the players that Southgate obviously loves to put in starting 11 is not really good. I think they're too similar. Everyone is, cluttering in the same space. Kane is trying to drop deep. Foden is trying to play inverted. Saka is the only one who's trying to play with the wind, but even he tries to cut in to shoot. In my opinion, that's not how you get it. Like, if he wants to drop Kane, drop him because it doesn't work, right? Go with Ollie Watkins. Try to get them, try to get them with, physicality and speed when they are, even though they are going to sit back, but, he is more physical than Harry Kane, in my opinion. Try with dropping Foden, try put some fast players that, like Gordon, you need something, you need that spark. I just don't understand how, maybe some of the English press and, English media is overrating some of the English players, or maybe they just don't fit together when Southgate puts them in. I think Jan Oblak is a goalkeeper for Slovenia as well. He's making insane saves for them. Insane saves. He is their, best player by far. No, it's not going to be. No, but look, they're going to park a bus. In all honesty, England will need to work very hard to break them.
Well, hopefully the fans will get behind them. Hopefully we get a good result. We've got comments here. England will get to the quarterfinals and semi-finals. There's Andrew Williams. England will scrape a 1-0 win with a sluggish performance. None of these sides are playing it easy. Italy survived once with typical scumbag tactics. That's what England maybe need to do. And we've got England are going to cook in the knockout round, says Michael Zachariah. Andrew Williams again saying England are usually bad in the groups. They will adjust. So it's all about longevity over the group stage, isn't it? Get to the tournament's it's over a month, isn't it? If you can improve and get that momentum and get to the final, you never know what could happen. I would just wish they made tournaments easy and just a top 2 qualify. No doubt about it. All right, let's talk about the other game. We've got Denmark versus Serbia. Obviously, both teams are still within. If Serbia win, they've got an opportunity to qualify as well. How do you see that one, Mr. B? through what you've seen from Serbia and Denmark, what do you think that result's going to be?
I want Denmark to go through. Will they? I would love Højlund to do something. I mean, he's our £70 million striker.
He's been poor this tournament.
Jesus,
in all honesty, yeah.
He's looked like a bag of shit. So I would like him to turn up tomorrow. Obviously, I'm glad Eriksen's turned up. Eriksen's shown the class that he is. I hope that they go further in the tournament, even if it's just to get us another 5 million on the transfer for him when he leaves.
Is this prove that Eriksen should be playing higher up the pitch? Seeing him play like this for
No,
Denmark?
he's got no legs.
Okay.
It's all well and good being able to do that side of the game. We don't have people in the team who are willing to do Eriksen's running. If we had two selfless midfielders, then fine, we could probably be playing, but he has to do everything himself. Yeah, the team's not made to cover for people, so no, his legs are gone. It's time for him to go.
Okay. All right. So that's about Denmark and Serbia. Let's go to the other games tomorrow. We've got Netherlands, who are top of their group with France. They are playing Austria, and you said Austria, no mugs. And then the other game is going to be France versus 0 points. I sound like the Eurovision Song Contest. 0 points, Poland. Dora, come to you with the France game. France sort of level on points with Netherlands. They've basically qualified, haven't they? But we're looking now about who you're going to play. Is it important they go out there, play Mbappe, bury Poland if they can, and get through to the next round? And let me know. And I'm going to come to you about the Netherlands-Austria game, Mr. B, just to see what you know about that sort of game and how you've seen the Netherlands and those two teams playing. So France, Poland, tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Dora.
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe they will see this as an opportunity to maybe, use some of the players, like you mentioned on Monday, right? They have, so many players on the bench that are really good, maybe rest Rabiot, maybe put in Mbappe, try to, like, he hasn't scored at Euros at all in his career, which is a shock to me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is a shock to me, right? So they will probably think, okay, so, Poland are already out mathematically. They are not fighting for anything. Let's try put him in and, try to, get him into form. I think France is going to win tomorrow. I think that against Netherlands, they showcase some of the weaknesses. But, big countries or big national teams at this tournament, they are just, getting into the tournament. It seems like, maybe except Germany, right? They started flying from the get-go. But most of them are, trying to ease into the tournaments. And the further they go through, knockouts, the groups and knockout stages, they just look much better. And I think that's the case for France as well. They're going to win tomorrow.
Okay, Mr. B, talking about Netherlands, are you impressed by them? I mean, they've got a lot of Premiership players. I saw about 6-7 Premiership players playing for them the other day. Do you think they're one of the dark horses of the tournament? They're unbeaten. They drew with France, and they're playing Austria, who you seem to...
I think Austria are going to beat them. I think
really?
Austria are going to... Yeah, I do. I think Austria are going to beat.
Wow.
Systems always beat 11 individual players.
Yeah.
I think Holland are very, very individual. France were crap against them. I don't think that was down to Holland. Who did they play the second game?
There's Poland and Austria.
Yeah, the Poland game. No, I think Austria are going to do him. I really, really think Austria are going to do him.
Austria and if they have to do something.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they're going to go out there and they're going to run them ragged. I think they're going to have the energy levels are going to be too much for them.
We know about Sabitzer, don't we? He's playing for Austria. But who else has caught your eye for Austria?
It's only Sabitzer.
Okay,
I would have loved to have kept him at Old Trafford. I didn't think he was that bad when he was there, and I think he's been a top draw for them.
So, what do you think? Looking at the Dutch side, Mr. B, we've seen players that we've been scouting for a long time now, especially at the right wide areas. We've got the guy from Leverkusen, Frimpong. Yeah, Frimpong.
Oh Jesus, he's like a fucking bullet, isn't he?
He's a winger, isn't he? A bit like you, do, Mr. B. And then obviously you've got Dumfries as well. And also, De Ligt's not playing. They're playing. Who's the other guy they're playing at centre back with Virgil? It's not De Ligt. They're playing another guy.
De Vries.
Yeah. So, and then in midfield, they've got the two guys who playing in Italy, I think. And then beyond that, up front, they've got our former Man United player, the Flash,
The pie.
the pie. Yeah.
He's
so what do you think
so
about
bad.
Holland? I mean, you're writing them off, Mr. B. You guys,
They've got nothing.
They've got nothing.
What have they got on Monday, really? The pie, all he wants to do is make music video. Frimpong is fast, but he's not a defender. Dumfries, I don't think is the person I hoped he was when we're interested in buying him.
Yeah.
And you say De Ligt's not playing. De Ligt, when Ajax, Juve, they bombed him out, couldn't play. He's gone Bayern, they bombed him out, he's not playing. They have Uber Meccano ahead of him, and Uber Meccano got replaced by Dyer. Yeah. And Dyer couldn't get in the Tottenham team. So I don't want to hear nothing about De Ligt as a defender, bro. Because at the moment, them German man who know more about football than I do are putting him so far behind all of those players.
Yeah.
No. Let him stay there. Let him stay there in and he's on 250.
Yeah.
Come if you want to come, say you'll come for 70 grand. No problem. He's
Dora.
shocking.
To be fair, onto that point on De Ligt, to be fair to you, on them, Bayern fans don't want Bayern to sell De Ligt. They rate him, right? I think there is a whole conversation of them trying to get the German defender Ta from Bayer Leverkusen, who is currently playing for their first team. And they don't want it. They want to keep De Ligt because they feel he is their best defender, on paper. But unfortunately, the injuries, and I think their board is just, crazy. So to be fair, to Bayern fans who are actually, watching nonstop their team, they actually want him to stay. Would I want him to United? Maybe, but he needs to reduce his salary. I think that's too much for someone who is injury prone, first of all, as Mr. B mentioned, and who never played in this kind of league, right? Really physical team, because he played, at Ajax, he played in Italy, and now he plays for Bundesliga, where there is more emphasis on passing and speed, I would say, not that much on the physicality.
Just going back to a couple of pointers before we wrap up the show, guys. That's enough on Euros now. Just going to talk to you about a big signing made. I'm really surprised by this. Now, company has gone to Bayern Munich. Seems like Bayern Munich want to sort of have a clear out and bring younger players into the fold. And company seems like the perfect guy to do that. But great work he's done at Burnley. Obviously, they got relegated. But you've got the guy who's the right back who plays midfield. He's talking. Apparently, a quote came out to say, who am I talking about?
Joshua Kimmich.
Yeah. Apparently, he's come out and said he only wants to join Liverpool, Man City, or Arsenal. And he says that he doesn't want to come to United. Have you heard that chat? Because I've been getting bombarded with that all day. And also, what do you think about the Crystal Palace boy going over there as well? What's going on?
Because we went there. Which player? Sorry,
Elise.
which player?
Elise.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. What's going on? Would he make it out there? I mean,
yeah. I mean, come on Monday. He's gonna make anywhere he goes. Anywhere he goes, he's gonna make it. I'm not like furious that we didn't get him, and I understand. One, we probably don't have the money, and two, there's an order. We can't have, if we had maybe got rid of Mason or maybe got rid of Sancho earlier, then maybe they could have done it that way. But
yeah,
we didn't bid for him. We didn't bid for him. We were interested. We're monitoring FC. You know what I mean? So unless we bid for them, unless we bid for them, I'm not going to be vexed. Okay. I'm not going to be vexed that we didn't get him. We didn't bid for him.
Are you upset that Kimmich maybe not being interested in Man United? Does that say we are a Europa League team? You've got to look at how these players from foreign countries. Where have we been? Every year you look at us, Europa League. Never even finished Europa League. Took us to put out one Banduli performance against Man City to get Europa League. So that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at us. They look at Arsenal fighting Man City for the league. Liverpool, do with their gegenpress and their high tempo football. Champions League qualifiers again. Man City Champions League qualifiers. So he's looking at Champions League. We start getting Champions League a couple of years in a row. Then the issue is about the Champions League. Why we're not being attracted to clubs. Yeah. Okay, George Carl saying here, Man United ownership moving in silence. There's news today about Dan Ashworth. Obviously, he's on gardening leave. But Newcastle are not playing ball at the moment, are they? And moves doesn't seem like going through anytime soon. But Ratcliffe has come out and said he's we need the right people for the job. He's the right man, and he doesn't understand why there is garden leave in football. Newcastle are looking like for 20 million. We were looking at a 3 million settlement. That situation needs to be resolved as soon as possible so we can start moving forward. Don't you think, guys?
It's not going to sort out on Monday. They at the end of the day, they're a business. Yeah. They've marked their price. We all laughed. Oh, they don't want 20 million. They bloody do want 20 million. They're not going to choose anybody else over Ashworth. So we just have to sit down there and suck it up. We just have to sit down there and
pay
suck
the money.
It up.
Pay the money.
They're not going to pay the money. Where they're going to get the money from? We ain't even got money for players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're going to wait. They'll wait. They're not going to pay the money and they'll wait.
Next year, then he ain't going nowhere till next year.
No, it's all right. Listen, he's got a burner phone and a burner laptop. What, you think he's sitting down there doing nothing? Come on, bro.
I mean, we have money for Zirke apparently. 40 million.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on there. There's no way these bandits are sitting down there and they're not talking. They're not talking. They think we're stupid.
Yeah.
Lastly, before we wrap it up, guys, thanks everyone in the comments. No doubt about it. We've got 32 watching. Make sure you press the like button. We are going to be here every night of the week. Well, I think tomorrow's the last night, or Wednesday's the last night of games, and then there's a gap, and then we go back to Saturday.
Oh, we can talk about United on
we will talk about United
Thursday. Thank God.
Things are starting to heat up. Wherever you are around the world, right here in the UK, we've got a heat wave. In Croatia, we've got a heat wave as well. It's getting hot, and it's also getting hot with the transfer talk later this week with Mr. Bede, myself, and Dora, and Bath Time when he's way back. Bath Time saying here, there's some crazy transfers happening with Villa, Chelsea, etc. Maybe we sign Longstaff and Ashworth for 40 million, and they sign Bradley Williams for 30. There you go. I want to say big up to the President of the United States, 5,000. Mr. B, you think England should pull an Ivory Coast, sack Gareth Southgate, and bring in a new manager, and then win the Euro?
I'll be honest, I don't give a toss what happens with Southgate. I think he's a bum as a manager. I hope that Ashworth and all of those idiots who thought he was the guy have seen it. And I'll be honest, even if they brought somebody in halfway, you know, they've got Maino and Wharton there that they've brought to carry man's tea. Let them unleash them. Look at Spain.
Yeah.
With their youngsters. You know what I mean? He's good enough. You play him. You don't worry. You play him. You bring these players to the tournament in a position that you don't have, but you're not going to play them. He's now going to play, what's that idiot boy's name from Chelsea? Gallagher. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Come on. What position is Gallagher going to play in? Sorry. What position is Gallagher going to be playing in? What's Trent he playing in? So, where was Trent playing? Was he playing as a 6?
No,
like a number 8, something like
that.
Right,
exactly. So he's just going to be on the pitch to rat around and foul players. Fuck England, man.
Andrew Williams saying Dan Ashworth ditched Bath Time. That's good enough for me. That's a legendary story on this show, isn't it? Bath Time hates him. Gallagher is garbage, says Andrew Williams as well. Thank you, guys. Here we go. We've got Andy Herbert saying Southgate to United can still happen, Mr. B. Don't wind us up.
I would drive all the way to Bristol just to slap Andrew in the back of his head. Yo, Anthony, you on tomorrow?
Yeah, Andy, let us know if you're on tomorrow. Just give us a yes or a no. We're going to sign out very soon. Dora, last word to you. How does it feel in the atmosphere in Croatia? You watched the game with your family. It's disappointment?
Yeah, huge disappointment. We expected more. I think, I mean, even the players hyped themselves up after the Portugal friendly, after winning the first time against Portugal in our history. They overhyped themselves, but I felt that, you know, the manager should have looked at his squad and prepped for the Euros much better, and for his group. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So yeah, it's a huge disappointment. It's a huge disappointment, but you know, we go next, right? I think this is an end of an era. That's for sure. I think but some of the players are going to say goodbye to the Croatian national team. And it will be sad. We'll thank them, but at the end of the day, even the greatest stories need to end. And, you know, I'm proud to be Croatian. I'm proud, you know, to be the witness of that, because I was really little when that 98 World Cup happened. I'm proud, but it is what it is.
Fantastic support by the fans tonight. We could hear them from my screen. Really going off. Some really patriotic songs as well. Just what's that song you told me about backstage from '98? Just give us the lyrics again.
Oh my God, it's a bit commercial. Like neka pati koga smeta, Hrvatska je prvak svijeta. So it means let everyone suffer. Croatia is on the top of the world. Yeah, great song. Great song.
Wow. Love it. But we won't be hearing that song anymore. Mr. B.
Look at this.
Dora, Mr. B, everyone in the comments, thanks again. Don't forget, 10:15 every night of the week. It's hot. Put your fans on and tune into the Man United Agenda. We are doing it this summer, no doubt about it. And don't forget, there's a tour coming up very soon. It'll soon be pre-season. There's no rest for the wicked, is there, right now? Mr. B's yawning. We're going to sign out. Good night. God bless, guys. And see you tomorrow.